Disney Princess is a Game Boy Advance game that came out in 2003 that I used to play as a kid and that I now love speedrunning. The game seems easy, but if you don't know what you're doing and you have no resources, it can be hard to figure things out, and it's usually not very fun to spend time trying to figure out what to do and where to go. That's why I'm making this introductory video to the Disney Princess speedrun by giving you tips and explaining some details of why we do certain things in the speedrun. This video won't explain everything. The way I would suggest learning the speedrun is either by having someone who knows the speedrun guiding you on where to go, or by watching someone else's run while you play. Before your first run, I would also suggest watching one run just to get familiar with the game. And you can also use the resources provided in the Discord that's linked in the description. The speedrun is done by defeating every chapter of every princess plus a special stage at the end. You can select the difficulty in options. This will only change the amount of HP that you have. Easy is 8, medium is 5, and hard is 3 HP. The run starts as soon as you click on a chapter and ends when the image with all princesses pops up after the special stage. We usually start with Cinderella, then Snow White, and then we just go down the list in order. The reason we start with Cinderella is because her first chapter is very RNG dependent. So first, for Cinderella, for the first chapter, I will make a separate video explaining it because it is quite complicated. There's specific game mechanics that are different from other levels, so that will be in a different video. For chapter 2, it's basically just a rhythm game. I would suggest using headphones or earbuds that are wired instead of Bluetooth, or just using speakers because the Bluetooth can cause a little bit of delay that can make the timing harder. Now for Snow White. For these levels, what you want to do is you want to find the gems that are hidden in chests, and you want to use the corresponding gems on the dwarves to save them. She takes a lot of time to stun her enemies, so sometimes it's optimal to tank the damage. There's also moments where you can dodge multiple enemies and only take one hit thanks to invincibility frames, and this applies for Snow White Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. For Chapter 2, you have to be careful of not using the pickaxes at the wrong place, and also you should pick up all of the pickaxes from the chests. For the third chapter, the amount of apples that the witch throws at you is RNG dependent, so it can be slower or faster depending on the number of apples. For Belle in Chapter 1, you basically just want to make your way to the right where there's a rose waiting for you. There's sections where you want to go up in the trees to avoid snow piles, and other sections where it's faster to stay down. Also, as long as you have more than 1 HP, you can tank the hit from the last wolf because he won't be able to turn around and attack you, and you'll just get to the rose at the end before he can attack. For Chapter 2, the goal here is to find all of Belle's furniture friends that have been tucked away in closets or behind curtains and save them. The routing may look a little weird, but it's necessary because there's 3 keys that you'll need to unlock certain doors. Also, Lumiere is behind one of those locked doors, and you'll need him to be able to enter one of the rooms. For the third chapter, what you want to do here is you want to hit Gaston. You have to hit him twice per friend that you want to save. There are 4 people that you need to save. For the first 3, you want to be as far to the right as possible when you hit Gaston for the second time, because he walks slowly off to the right after you save one of the people. For the last hit on Teacup, so the 4th person, you want to be as far left as possible because that will make the level end sooner, because the level ends as soon as you hit him the second time. As for Aurora, in Chapter 1, what you want to do is you want to find 3 wands, a green one, a blue one, and a pink one, and you want to find the corresponding colors of butterflies and save them because those are your fairy godmothers. The first chapter has RNG for the butterfly placement, but the enemies are always in the same spot. Also, when you get the green butterfly, it makes you walk to the right where the owl is, so you ideally would want to avoid going all the way to the left to save the butterfly, because then it'll drag you back to the right and you'll have to go back left to get the wand that's in the chest. That's also RNG dependent, but there's ways that you can make it slightly better, like getting the wand before getting the butterfly if it's on the left. For chapter 2, what you have to do is you have to find potions, and then you use those potions to clear either stairways or doorways that allow you to make it further, and at the end you'll find a spot where your parents are basically stuck in a bush of roses. You should be careful about the pathing of this one because it's pretty easy to get lost. Also, make sure you get all potions so you don't find yourself missing some at the end. There's also some potions that you don't have to get, so you can save time if you don't get them. For chapter 3, you just want to use your wand to attack her, and you need to attack her while she's laughing. That's the only way she'll take damage. And be careful of those orbs because they will hurt you. The fastest way to beat it is to just find the right spot and spam your wand to attack her. For Ariel chapter 1, it's pretty straightforward. What you have to do is find 4 keys that are in 4 chests, and then you have to go down and save Sebastian that is locked behind a cage. There's not really any tricks except for, again, tanking hits from some enemies since they always spawn in the same spots. In this one, you want to save merfolk that have been turned into these worm-like things, and specific merfolk unlock some specific portals, which is why the pathing is a little weird. There's also one merfolk that you don't need to save. It's this one at the second to last scene right before you get to Ariel's dad and finish the level. For Ariel 3, attack once and then get pretty close to her and then just spam attacks. You also kind of need to attack her hair, so make sure that you're high up enough to be able to attack her properly. Now for Jasmine, in chapter 1 you can make your way through the level by triggering some buttons on the walls, and you can find the genie at the end of the level. You can pretty much hold A the whole time to go faster. And for the parts with the wind, the direction of the wind is RNG, so it can push you back or forward. But on the first one, you can avoid the wind if you're fast enough. For the second chapter, in this one, you basically just want to make your way to the right and follow the pathing, and at the end, you'll find the magic carpet. Again, all enemies always spawn in the same spot, so you can tank some hits and use invincibility frames to move through multiple enemies without having to attack them. For chapter 3, you can pretty much just walk close to him and spam your sword on him until Jafar's 5th attack, where he'll teleport somewhere random. You probably just want to move to the middle and then run towards him to attack when he spawns back in. Finally, for the special stage, each princess gets 10 diamonds thrown down at them. You don't need to catch all 10, but you do lose 1 HP for each diamond that you miss. At the end, they walk off to the left. So if you have enough HP, it's better to just walk all the way to the left after the 9th diamond so that they'll leave faster. That's it. The run ends as soon as this image pops up after completing the special stage. Now, with the help of someone else's run and maybe the resources available in the Discord server, you should be able to speedrun Disney Princess yourself. There are only a few runs on the leaderboard currently, so we'd be happy to see more people run it and submit their PBs. If you need any more help, for example, to obtain the game, feel free to join the server and we'll give you a hand. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the speedrun.